Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm showing you guys this 2022 Honda Civic Sport, but I would like to give a special thanks to South Motors Honda for providing with the Honda Civic. If you're in the market for a Honda, you can come check out South Motors Honda, but let's talk about the Civic here. This is the 11th generation Civic. As you guys can see, yes, a lot of people say this car looks like a Honda Accord, and I do see some Audi influence here with the Civic. Honda calls this exterior paint a rally red. It looks really good with the black accents here. Looking at these headlights, I like that Honda shrink the headlight design here. There's an LED turn signal and daytime running light. There's an automatic low and high beam. There's these LED reflector headlights here. And down here, this one is missing LED fog lights because this is a sport model. I like the grille here, looks really nice. There's the Honda emblem there. I also like this portion here at the lower part of the front lip splitter. Honda will sell you a sport package that has the HPD accessories. So basically that's another $1,500. It will make this car look even more aggressive. But the Civic here does look really good. And I think Honda took their time when they redesigned the Civic, but this rides on the same platform as the 10th generation, which is a really good sturdy platform. But I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell me what you guys think about the 11th generation Honda Civic. Looking at the side profile here of the Honda Civic, let's start off with these tires and wheels here. These are a 235/40 Goodyear tire. They're wrapped in this 18-inch rim design. I do like the gloss black finish here. It looks really good with the red exterior paint here. The wheelbase for the Civic is at 107.7 inches with an overall length of 184 inches. There's this black dot mirror cap here. I do like the side profile of the Civic. It looks even longer than the previous generation, which was the 10th generation of Civic. But overall, Honda did a really good job here with the proportions of the Honda Civic. Taking a look at the rear here, let's start off with these taillights here. They're going to be an LED combination with an LED brake light with an incandescent turn signal and reverse light. There's the sport badge here with the Honda emblem and also the Civic badge on the left side of the vehicle. Of course, there's a standard backup camera. And looking down here at the lower part of the bumper, there's these reflectors integrated into the bumper with this exposed exhaust trim here. But open up the cargo back here. Open up the cargo, it reveals 14.8 cubic feet of space, and you can fold the seats down. And underneath here, Honda does give you a temporary spare tire. Sitting in the interior of the 2022 Honda Civic here, looking at this interior, Honda did a fantastic job with this interior. This interior is to me, an improvement from the 10th generation model. But reaching over here and shutting the door sounds pretty solid. Starting up the Civic here. As you guys can see, the gauge will do a nice sweep. If you guys go for a touring grade trim, Honda will throw in a full digital display, which is a 10.2 inch display. Looking at the door panel materials, there's going to be a nice soft touch material. There is this aluminum accented door handle. If you guys listen closely, it has that joystick sound here. Also like the honeycomb finish here. Looking over here is the window controls and mirror controls. It is auto up, auto down for the driver and passenger, but not for the rear windows. This area is going to be nice and padded. The model that I'm showing you guys today is the sport trim, so this does have cloth seats. Over here is the dimmer switches, the Honda sensing and stability control, and I like that Honda tucked away the trunk release button there. And over here is going to be additional storage and cup holder space. This is a manual tilt and telescoping wheel. And you can also adjust the volume here. Over here is for the driver's assistance here. There's the Honda emblem here on the airbag cover. There's a scroll wheel here. Like I mentioned, you can scroll through this LCD display here via the scroll wheel. You can show different stuff like when your phone's connected. You can customize the display to your liking. You can have a tachometer here. Nice high quality leather with the stitching. This is a 7-inch display here. If you guys go for a touring grade trim, like I mentioned, Honda will throw in a 9-inch display, and that does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's a volume and tune knob here. There's some shortcut buttons here. You can connect your phone via Bluetooth there. There's more of that honeycomb style finish here. Honda, they didn't put any gloss black trim down here. This is finger resistant, but over here is going to be some gloss black trim. So if you guys have OCD, you guys are going to be constantly wiping this down. And another satisfying thing, listen to this. The climate control sounds very Audi-like in here. There's some hard buttons here for the climate control. There's a 12 volt here with the standard USB port. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit if it wasn't connected to the actual USB port there. Putting the Civic into reverse, it does reveal a backup camera, of course, with trajectory, with distance markers. Taking it down here into drive and back into park. I like the shifter here with the high quality leather. There's the drive mode selector here, which is a toggle piece, which shows you a sport, normal, and eco, as you guys can see there. You guys can hear that chime. That's a chime from the Acura products. There's an automatic start-stop function right here. There's electronic parking brake. There's a brake hold function. I'm showing you guys the new key fob here for the Civic. It's a smaller key. Honda, they kind of rounded it off. There's a lock, unlock, remote start, trunk release, and a panic button. You have the Honda emblem and back of the key fob here. There's 2 additional cup holders here. The center armrest is going to be nice and padded with some stitching. It does reveal a decent amount of storage in there. The seats in here, even though they're cloth seats, they're supportive and they're very comfortable. I like the pattern down the middle here. Looking at the glove compartment, it's a decent size. And above me, there's no sunroof here on this model, but there is LED lights throughout the cabin. But overall, Honda upgraded this interior because they really needed it compared to that 10th generation. But I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell me what you guys think about the Honda Civic's interior. Getting into the back seat here of the Honda Civic, shutting the door here. The door sounds nice and solid. The materials back here are going to be a soft touch material. I'm surprised on this sport model there's no map pockets. There's also no USB port or rear air vents, but Honda says you get 37.4 inches of legroom here in the back seat of the Honda Civic. And there's also no armrest here, but you do have cup holders in the door. Opening up the hood here of the Honda Civic, Honda will offer this with 2 different powertrains. This powertrain that I have here on the sport model is a 2-liter 4-cylinder. It's naturally aspirated. This one makes 158 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a CVT transmission. As the Civic sits here, it weighs 3,100 pounds. You can only get this with front-wheel drive. Unfortunately, Honda does not offer all-wheel drive here on the 11th gen of Civic. But if you guys are looking for more horsepower and more torque, I would recommend going for that 1.5 turbocharged engine, which makes 180 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy for this 2-liter here is rated at 30 in the city, 37 on the highway, and 33 combined. So starting off in the 2022 Honda Civic here, this has the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder underneath the hood. This makes 158 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque, and it's paired with an updated CVT. If you guys are looking for more power, I would recommend going for that 1.5T. That makes 180 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. And that's also paired with a CVT as well. The visibility out of the new Civic here is great. You also have these thin A-pillars here. Honda pushed the A-pillar back about additional 2 inches. This model that I'm showing you guys, this is the sport model. This one is missing the blind spot monitoring features. You have to go for the EX or the Touring trim in order to get the blind spot monitoring. And this rides on the 10th generation Civic. The cabin here looks very upscale, very different from the previous generation, which was the 10th generation, because this is the 11th generation Civic. I would also go for that 9-inch display because I personally like bigger screens, but the 7-inch is very doable for most people some people that don't like large screens. But keep in mind, a lot of people don't like CVTs, and honestly, you don't even know that this is a CVT. You just hear a little bit of buzziness from that CVT, but the CVT just goes about its business. Honda, they also updated the ratios for the CVT. Fuel economy for the 2-liter here is rated at 30 in the city, 37 on the highway. You go for the top grade Touring trim, you will get that 12-speaker Bose audio sound system. So now Honda has finally put a really good stereo sound system in their Civics. This is the first car to get that premium sound system. I haven't tested that Touring model yet, so this guy just give me a couple of weeks or within a week or so, and I can get that video out for you guys. I do like this half LCD display here. If you go for the Touring trim, you will get a full 10.2-inch digital display, which is very clean and very crisp. A digital display is something different in the compact sedan segment here. The steering wheel has very nice high quality materials. The materials on the door panel are very high quality. I like this honeycomb style grille here, and if you guys can hear, it sounds like a joystick. Very different from the other competitors in this segment. But I'm gonna switch to drive mode here, and you guys hear that chime or beep. They got that from their bigger sister or bigger brother, the Acura brand. Let's talk about the Honda sensing here. This does come with 4 collision warning. They actually updated the cruise control, the adaptive cruise control. It does have a lane departure and lane keeping assist. And they also added a traffic jam assist as well. So if you guys in rush hour traffic and you don't want to keep putting your foot on the brake and whatnot, Honda is going to eliminate that by offering that traffic jam assist feature. So very good driver's assistance in the Civic here. The seats in here, they're comfortable, but this one does have the manual adjusting seats. If you guys want the power operating seat, you have to go for a top trim in order to get that feature. And then on the top models, they don't offer lumbar support. So Honda kind of skimped out on that one. But those are just like little small things. I don't think that's going to be a deal breaker for anyone looking for that feature. Like I mentioned, if you guys are looking for more horsepower, you have to go for that 1.5T that offers 6 more additional horsepower from the previous generation Civic, and around, I think, 7 or between 7 or 12 more pound-feet of torque, or 15 more pound-feet of torque. I forgot the actual number. If you guys heard the horn, it sounds pretty puny. Of course, it's a small compact car, so you guys are not gonna get a truck-like horn if you guys are looking for that. But we're gonna launch the Civic. I'm gonna pull off to the side of the road and gonna see how the performance is. Keep in mind, this does have an updated CVT, and like I mentioned, Honda did update the ratios for this CVT here. But let's see what it does. It sounds like a CVT, but it's not buzzy. Like I tested some other CVTs and some other some of the Civic's competition. This one doesn't sound as buzzy. The cabin here is very quiet, and there's paddle shifters here. Very responsive, and the Civic gets up to speed really fine. Keep in mind, if you guys are looking for more horsepower, like I mentioned, I think the 1.5T will be a really good option. The starting price here for the Honda Civic Sport here is at $23,100 with the options and accessories, including destination. The Civic stickers for $25,485. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Drive On Reviews and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next review.